Hi. I miss you. I haven't seen your faces in for so long. Scotty says hi. So remember why I was out since January? Scotty had surgery and I had to stay home to take care of him. And then the day that I was scheduled to come back on March 16th, school was closed. So I'm thinking you're wondering, say hi, Scotty. Why can't you go to school? Why can't you see your friends? Why are you stuck at home? Are you asking yourselves these things? Have you heard about something called coronavirus? I'm wondering what you've heard about it, what your thoughts are about it, and what would you like to learn more about? So what Scotty and I are going to try and do is tell you, you're giving them all kisses? Say hi, hope you're all well. Yeah. Scotty's been home from school for a long time. I'm thinking he's missing his friends too. So today we're going to learn about the coronavirus. What is it? What's a virus? And why is the coronavirus different? Where did it come from? And why is it spreading all over the place? And why are we stuck at home? Why is our school closed? So we're going to learn about all of these things and what our leaders and doctors doing to help us not spread it anymore. And what things can we do to not spread it anymore, right? So we're going to learn those things today. So first we're going to go over some vocabulary. Remember, those are new words that you might have heard before and not quite sure what they are, but we're going to be talking about a lot of these words and terminology during this lesson. And we're going to watch a video and we're going to answer some questions to see if we were paying attention, if we had our listening ears on and our learning goggles on. And then we will have a news article that we will read together, and there'll be more questions. But it'll be fun. We're going to learn about the coronavirus, but you know Miss Rita will always do her best that learning is fun. Okay? So, and this is our first video. I think Scotty's bored. This is going to be our first video in with many more. So I'm going to do my best to record one video a day, and I promise I'm going to do some morning meetings for you too, because I have a feeling you're missing your morning meeting songs. All right, so let's learn about the words, the vocabulary. Oh my goodness, Scotty. With coronavirus. So what's the vocabulary for today? Scotty wants to learn too. So we're going to learn about what a virus is, and then we're going to learn about a specific type of virus that I'm sure you've been hearing a lot of talk about, or hearing it on the news, on the TV, if your mom or dad or grandma and grandpa are watching the news, the coronavirus, or sometimes you'll hear someone call it the COVID-19. And why is that 19 there? We'll learn that too. What does it mean to infect or be infected? How do these germs and viruses get into our bodies and infect us and our cells? And how do we spread the virus or the disease from person to person? And how's it going from country to country? Mama. Mama. Okay. So now I want to share. Hold on. So this is the joy of working and learning from home, right? We get to have our brothers and sisters near us and our parents, and I get to have my Scotty near me. So, okay. So let me share more definitions. He's giving me kisses. I love my kisses. Okay, Scotty. We have some learning to do, Scotty. All right. So what's a virus? A virus is a type of a germ. It can make us sick. When you have a fever, a runny nose, and a cough, it's a germ that's making you sick. So a virus is so tiny, tiny, tiny. We can't even see it. Tiny. We actually need to use a special tool or piece of equipment that we call a microscope to look at it, because that's how tiny it is. And so the microscope magnifies it or makes it larger and bigger for us to see. So viruses look different from one another. So remember, I hope you had those listening ears on. Viruses are not all the same. They're different. See all these pictures here? These are different types of viruses, so they look differently. So what is this coronavirus that we keep hearing about? It's a new kind of virus, not brand new. It's been around. It causes the common cold, but this particular strand of coronavirus is new. So this virus looks like it's wearing a spiky crown. That's why it's called the coronavirus, because the word corona is a Latin word for crown. Latin is another language. We speak English, but that's another lesson why so many words come from the Latin language. So corona means crown in another language. And so that's why we call it the coronavirus, because how it looks. So the symptoms of coronavirus are a fever, cough, and shortness of breath. So what's a symptom? A symptom is what is happening, what types of things are happening to show that it's probably a virus that we have, or particularly the coronavirus. People will have a fever. That means when you're warm, your body temperature goes above the regular 98.6. And I know you've all experienced fevers. So a fever, a cough, it's like a dry cough, like a cough like that, shortness of breath, something like that, where it's tough to take it the next breath. Your chest might feel tight or heavy. So those are symptoms of the coronavirus. Well, how does the virus make us sick? Well, it makes people sick by stopping the human cells from working properly. And I think we'll have an extension lesson on what human cells are. I don't think we've had that lesson in science when we were at school together. So we'll have a lesson on human cells maybe later on. So your body has an army. So think of like an army protecting its countries and its people. Well, inside our body, we have something that fights the virus. This is called our immune system. So when you get a fever and a cough, that means your immune system is fighting against the virus. So when you get a fever and a cough, and even a runny nose, this means your immune system is fighting against that virus and working hard to make you feel better. So people need to rest, drink lots of water, and the people should get better soon. So let's review our vocabulary. Viruses, is this true? Viruses are about the size of an apple. Like that, maybe? Are viruses that big where we can see them? Thumbs up, yes, or thumbs down, no. So is a virus this big, size of an apple? Nope, they're not. Remember, they're tiny, tiny, tiny. And we use a special tool or piece of equipment we call a microscope to magnify them when we look into it so we can see them, because they're so tiny. We need something to make them look bigger to our eyes. Viruses all look the same. Did you have your listening ears on earlier? Are viruses all the same? True or false? True is yes, false is no. Viruses all look the same. False. Nope. So if you did thumbs down, you were right. So when people get sick, their immune system helps them get better. Is that true or false? When people get sick, their immune system helps them get better. Remember, if you had your listening ears on, I was saying how it's like an army inside us fighting for us to get better, and we call that the immune system. So if you did thumbs up, you were right. Scotty wants to learn too, but for some reason, he's enjoying messing up my hair. Did you ever do that with your mom or dad? You just have to get so close to them, you gotta touch them and touch their face and rub their head. I suggest you don't do that. It could be a little annoying. All right, so a virus is a type of germ, right? What do you need to see a virus? Remember we said they're tiny, tiny, tiny. What's that word that I use to describe that special tool or piece of equipment to magnify it? A microscope. A virus makes us sick by stopping the human cells. Remember, our bodies are made of cells, and the virus attaches themselves to our cells, so it stops our human cells from working properly. When you have a fever, when you're warm or hot, or a cough, this tells us that your immune system is fighting against the virus. Can you name 3 symptoms of the coronavirus? We were talking about them earlier, and I just mentioned 2 of them. So 3 symptoms of the coronavirus. 1, a fever. Another one could be a cough. Another one could be a runny nose. There's other symptoms too. Let me show you some other symptoms. There's a picture that I have that I wanted to show you to talk about what other symptoms. So we talked about 3 of them already, right? The fever, a cough, a running nose. What else? So here's a picture. This is the inside of our body, okay? So these are the lungs. This is the heart. So we have a fever. We said that already. And what's this word? Fatigue. That's a big fancy word for I'm tired. So people will be extra tired throughout the day, not just at nighttime when it's time to go to bed. That dry cough. And that shortness of breath, that's another symptom. Your chest might get heavy or tight, and it's difficult to breathe, and it might be breathing like that. Okay? I think Scotty's getting restless. I think we need to teach him how to have a calm body during lessons. What do you think? So everyone needs to tell Scotty, put your listening ears on, your learning goggles on, quiet mouth, and calm body when we're learning. Tell him you can do it. We know you can. Right, Scotty? Silly kid. Silly kid. All right, so now we did our learning of the vocabulary. We learned a little bit about the coronavirus, right? So now let's watch a video. And then after the video, we'll answer some more questions because I want to make sure that you are listening and paying attention. So let's put those listening ears back on, our learning goggles back on, quiet mouth, calm body. Now let's watch the video. All right. I'm just going to try and make this larger for you. There we go.
Um.
Ew. All right. Let's see if we were paying attention. Did we focus and listen to what the movie was telling us? Let's see. There's some, I think, 10 questions. Let's ask and answer these 10 questions together and see how well you were paying attention. All right. Just waiting for it to load, just like at school when the tablet doesn't work fast enough for us, right? All right. So there's 10 questions. This is the first one. Each of the following statements is true, but there's one that's not true. So we're going to have to pick the one that's not true. So virus come in different types. That's true. So we're not going to choose that one. We have to find the one that's not true. Virus infect living cells. That's true. So that's not going to be our answer. Viruses can cause illnesses. That's true. So we're not going to choose that one. So let's look at this one. Viruses can replicate without hosts. Replicate is just a big word that means to make more of, to make copies of itself. Do you ever come down to the copier with me and I make more than one piece of paper? That's duplicating, replicating, making more than one copy. So can viruses make more of itself without a person or a living human cell to attach itself to? No, it can't. It needs a person or a living host or our human cells or cells to attach itself on. So that's going to be our answer. Question number 2. A virus infects a host in order to, when you hear the word host, just think of a person. So a virus infects a person in order to what? So it can have some more nutrition and take in nutrients. Thumbs down for no, thumbs up for yes. So take in nutrients, I don't think that's the reason. So a virus infects a host in order to make the host sick. Well, that's an outcome. We do get sick when the virus comes into us and attaches itself to our human cells. But that's not the reason why a virus will come into us and attach itself to our human cells. It's an outcome, but it's not why. So a virus infects a host in order to make copies of itself. Yes, it makes copies of itself because it's attaching to our human cells and it helps them grow and multiply and make more. I'm saying thumbs up. If you agree with me, you do thumbs up as well. If you don't think that's the answer, do thumbs down. Make copies of itself. Good job. We got 2 right. Okay, number 3. The distinguishing feature of a coronavirus is its distinguishing means what makes it different than other viruses. What makes the coronavirus different? Is it the size? I don't think so, because all viruses are teeny, tiny, teeny. Is it how they move around, or a fancy word for that is mobility? I don't think that's what we learned. Is it the shape of it? Is it the shape of the coronavirus that makes it different than other viruses? I'm going to say yes to that answer. Do you agree with me? Thumbs up for yes, thumbs down for no, and you don't know. We got it right. 3 out of 3. Question number 4. A typical coronavirus infection. So a typical coronavirus would be something like a cold that most of us have had in our life, right? And I know you've had colds. So a typical coronavirus infection, not the COVID-19 coronavirus infection. So a typical coronavirus infection is extremely dangerous. No, that's not what we learned. Has mild symptoms like having a common cold. That sounds familiar. I'm choosing that answer. I say yes. Do you agree? Thumbs up for yes, thumbs down for no. Got another one right. My smarty pants are at work. Coronavirus infections are likely to be more serious for who? What type of people is the coronavirus infection more serious? For teenagers? I don't think that's what we learned. Active adults? I don't think that's what they told us. People who travel a lot or frequent travelers? They didn't mention that. People with weakened immune systems. It doesn't matter how old or young the person is, that immune system, that army inside us fighting off the infection and the virus, some people don't have a strong immune system. And I have a feeling, in fact, I know a lot of you have a weakened immune system. Scotty has a weakened immune system. Even I have a weakened immune system. Not everyone does, just some of us do. And I'm older than you guys, but you do have immune system. Most of you do. So it doesn't matter what age the person is. It's if the person has a weakened immune system, the virus can be a little bit more serious for. I'm choosing D. I believe it's more serious for people like you and me and Scotty with weakened immune systems. Let's see if I'm right. We're doing good. Smarty pants, smarty pants. An outbreak of a virus happens when, or occurs, means the same thing as happens. Scotty's being silly behind me. An outbreak of a virus occurs when the symptoms of the virus get worse. That doesn't sound right. The virus spreads to more than one organ. An organ, you know, are our body parts on the inside, our heart, our lungs, our kidneys. Oh, that's not it. We didn't learn that. An outbreak is when someone dies from the virus. No, that's not what we learned. That's not what an outbreak is. So we can't confuse with some of the information that we did here to what this question's asking us. This wants to know, when do we consider a virus to be an outbreak? So when an outbreak of a virus happens, when the virus spreads to more than one host, it goes to, or a person. So it's spreading to more and more people. So it happens, maybe I get sick, then I infect Scotty because we didn't wash our hands good and he was touching his face. So now he's infected with it. And then he goes to school and he infects all his friends and his teachers with it. And then it spreads, and then they go home, and it happens in their homes, and then their families are sick, and then the families go to work, and the kids go back to school. So that's why schools are closed. That's why a lot of your moms and dads are not working right now, because their work is closed. All right? So an outbreak of a virus means that it's spreading from more people to more people. Let's see if we're right. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about that, because if you're wondering why you're home, this is why. Because we care about you and we love you and we want you to be well. We don't want you to get sick. So the leaders of our government and the doctors have told the leaders of the government the best way to stop spreading this coronavirus is to close schools. And so for you to learn, we're teaching and learning this way, what we call distance learning or digital learning. So you could see my face, but I can't see yours. So this is our new way of learning until they're able to open our schools. So that's why you can't go to school. So what does it mean when a city's quarantined? Remember that big word we heard in the video? What does it mean when a city's quarantined during a virus outbreak? Does it mean that everyone in the city is infected? No, a lot of people are, but not everyone. No one can enter or leave the city. I think that's it. So we're all home and we really shouldn't be having people coming in and out of our house. And we shouldn't leave our house to go visit someone else. or go to the mall or go shopping. If we can get stuff ordered online or by phone and delivered to us, that's the safest way. So quarantine means no one can come in and no one can go out. So let's see if we're right. Thumbs up for B, or if you think Miss Rita's wrong, thumbs down. We did it. Got another one right. Number 8. Which practice prevents the spread of germs? Washing your hands often. Bingo, very first answer. Now I know not a lot of you can't wash your hands on your own. You need help. So I'm sure your moms, your dads, grandma, grandpas, maybe brothers and sisters are helping you wash your hands often. And this is a perfect time to learn and practice how to wash your hands more independently without as much help. But it's okay to get help if you can't do it alone. So the best practice to prevent spreading of germs is what? Washing our hands. Good job. Only 2 more questions. We're doing it. Hang in there. Covering your mouth when you cough. Remember the chicken wing it? Scotty's pretending to cough. Or sneeze is recommended to what? To prevent germs from entering your body? No, that when we cough and sneeze, the germs are coming out of our body. So A doesn't make sense. Get rid of germs from inside your body. I know I just said it's coming out of our bodies, but the reason we cover it isn't to get rid of it. We're covering it for a reason. So A and B are not correct. So we cover our mouth when we cough or sneeze. It's because we want to avoid getting other people sick. We want to stop spreading the germs, and we don't want anyone else to get sick. So my answer is C. We want to avoid getting other people sick. So when we chicken wing it, we're helping prevent getting other people sick. Good job. Last question. The most reliable source of information about virus outbreaks is all the news, headlines, social media, Twitter, Facebook, your friends, your parents' friends, or the World Health Organization. Think about it. Now, we get all information from these sources, but which one is the best, most reliable, means most truthful, that we can count on it to be fact? I'm going to say the World Health Organization, D. I'm choosing D because I think the doctors and scientists know better than anyone else to explain to us what's happening with the coronavirus. They are the experts. 10 out of 10. We're a bunch of smarty pants. Woohoo, woohoo, we are smarty pants. Woohoo, woohoo. Scotty wanted me to do the woohoo again. We did it. High five, virtual high fives. I miss you guys. I miss seeing your beautiful faces every day. All right, so this might be a good time to take a break. You could ask your mom or dad or brother or sister or who's ever there with you to pause the video. Stop, I love you too, Scotty. And then click play so we can have the last part of our lesson. Oh my goodness. Hi, Scotty. But we have one more part of the lesson. I have a news article I want to read to you, and then I think only 3 questions afterwards. So if you're pausing, take a break as long as you want. If not, I'm going to continue. All right? So we're going to, this news article is a little dated. It's way back from March 4th, just when things started to get a little scary about the virus spreading. So we'll go back to that news article, but then following lessons, we'll learn and read about more updated information, okay? But we need to start from somewhere. If we're gonna understand the coronavirus and why schools are closing, we gotta go back to the beginning. So here's a news article. From March 4th. All right, I hope everyone can see this. So, what did they say back then? So, and we're gonna learn a little bit of what the leaders and doctors are doing to help stop spread the virus. So let's go to our news article. So this is the coronavirus update back in March 4th, and today's the 27th. So this is a while ago, but it's still good information for us to have, all right? So again, what do? Listening ears on, learning goggles on, quiet voices, calm body. Got that, Scotty? Calm body. Let's see if he'll have his calm body during this part of the lesson. Quiet voices, Scotty. The coronavirus is continuing to spread. The coronavirus started in China in 2019. Remember I said in the beginning of the lesson, we're going to understand why it's called COVID-19? Because it started in 2019, and you all know we're in the year of 2020, right? So that's why it's called COVID-19. So, you ready? It spread to countries including the US, Japan, England, Canada, and many others. So more countries than that. That's just some of them. The coronavirus is like the flu. It's a little bit like feeling like you have the flu, but it's a little more serious. But if you've ever had the flu, this is a good way to explain how some people start feeling when they have the virus. Your body hurts, you have a headache, your throat hurts, you got that cough. Sometimes you get a runny nose and you sneeze. So leaders and doctors are working to stop the coronavirus. Some leaders are canceling events and closing schools. That's why our schools were closed. So this was even before our school was closed March 16th, and this was dated the 4th. So I was supposed to come back to work March 16th after Scotty's surgery, after he was feeling better. But then we learned that school was closed. So hopefully soon we'll see each other again. Other people can help stop the coronavirus too. I think they're going to tell us what we already learned. What do you think? How can we stop the spread of the coronavirus? They can wash their what? Their hands. They can wash their hands. They can stay home when they feel sick, and we're all staying home, right? We're not going anywhere. We need to make sure we don't get any of those germs so we don't get the virus. 3 questions, and then we're done for today. What is the coronavirus like? Is it like allergies? Is it like the flu? Or is it like having a toothache or a cavity? The flu. It's similar to feeling like you have the flu, but a little bit worse. Where did the coronavirus start? If you see, I've given you a hint in these questions. So if you're paying attention, you could see the answers already marked for you. So we cheated a little bit. That's okay. It's our first lesson since we've been out of school. So I'm giving you a break. So where did the coronavirus start? Was it China, Canada, or Brazil? China. Wahoo, China. Miss Rita really needs to improve her pronunciation of words. Question number 3, final question. What can people do to stop the coronavirus? Wash their hands, cough, sneeze, achoo. What can we do to help stop the spread of the coronavirus? Wash your hands often. And if you can't do it all by yourself, I know people will help you. That's it for our first lesson. So we're going to learn more about the coronavirus next time. But our lessons won't just be on the coronavirus. I just wanted to explain why you were home, and you can have a better understanding of what's happening and why so many of us are home and not able to leave our houses or go to work. Okay? So we stay home. Schools are closed. Events are canceled. Our parades are. Our St. Patrick's Day parade was canceled. Businesses are being closed. We can't go out to eat at restaurants. We can order food to come to us, though. We have to wash our hands often. Try not to touch your face. I know you like to put your hands in your mouth, rub your eyes. I tend to touch my face. I probably did it during this lesson. I have to work harder at not touching my face. So if I try harder, you promise to try harder. Don't put your fingers and hands in your mouth. And if you do, wash your hands even more, okay? I touched my glasses, not my face. I know you're all saying, Miss Rita, touch your face again. Touch my glasses. All right. We learned what a virus is. We learned what the coronavirus is and why it's called that. We learned where it started, where it's spreading, why is it spreading so fast. We learned what symptoms are. We learned how we get infected with it. We learned how it can spread, and we learned how to stop it from spreading. So we learned a lot today. We're going to learn more next time, but we'll also have lessons on math, and we'll do some social studies, some other science lessons, and we'll do some English reading, our reading. Sorry, Scotty's getting a little loud back there. All right, so I can't say enough how I miss seeing your beautiful faces in school every day. I don't know when we'll be back. We're supposed to come back April 20th, but that might change. We have to wait to hear what happens with the coronavirus and what the experts and the scientists and the doctors say what we should do. All right? Be well, be safe, make good choices for your mama. Right, Scotty? Don't be too annoying. Don't touch your face. Don't put your hands in your mouth, and wash your hands often. Scotty and I say bye. Say bye. You're silly.